Welcome to this presentation of UPSL Soccer Action, live on YouTube and presented by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Hey coach, is your game going to be live streamed? Can't find a broadcast partner? I have the solution for you. It's time to contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group. The Atlantic Soccer Media Group will provide you with the most extensive live coverage and affordable rates to bring your club's matches to your fans, so they will never miss any of the action.
Good ball laid off to that far side. Shot ripped. It's in! Dalton United at the death of the game! They go ahead, and this stadium is sent to raptures.
And bring them along with you as you raise the trophy.
Gentlemen, say it with them. They are the champions.
So what are you waiting for the best and easiest coverage, national exposure, attract sponsors, interact with your fans, work with scouts from around the world? Contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this UPSL Georgia Premier Division action. It is the final match of the spring season. It is Limeno, Georgia, taking on Albion SC Atlanta here at Meadowcreek Stadium. My name's Larry Weaver. I'll bring you all the way through tonight's actions. We're starting a little bit late, had a little bit of traffic issues for Albion SC Atlanta. We look at the fixtures from week number 16. This is the final match of the season. You see all of the scores that have happened over the course of the last week. These teams have had to have a few makeup games, so this is going to be the final of everything. After today, we will move on to the playoffs. You look at the leaderboard as it stands right now. Kalanji Pro Profile with another regular season title to go into their trophy cabinet. Potros FC just a little bit behind them in second place. Georgia Revolution in third. Dalton United and UMA tied on points, but due to the first head-to-head tiebreaker, Dalton United gets the top of fourth place. Pachuca, Georgia, Georgia Athletic, and this Limeno, Georgia round out the 8 that move over to the playoffs. The way that it's set up right now, if Limeno loses or draws, it will be Kalanji versus Limeno, Potros versus Georgia Athletic. Georgia Revolution will take on Pachuca, Georgia, and Dalton will take on UMA. If Limeno wins, Kalanji will take on Georgia Athletic, Potros will take on Pachuca, Georgia, Georgia Revolution will take on Limeno, Georgia, and Dalton again will take on UMA. When we talk about Albion SC Atlanta, they are at the bottom of the table. They're in that last spot. It really comes down to them or Fountain City being relegated to Division I. And for Albion, they have two chances. Lose or draw, they are relegated. Win, and it'll be Fountain City who is relegated. Again, thank as always to our sponsor, Images Frozen in Time, that brings you all of this coverage here in the UPSL Georgia Conference. You look at the weather today, 83 degrees right now. We had a rainstorm come through about 6 o'clock, dropped a good amount of rain really quickly, and then moved on just about as fast as it moved in. Feels like 86 degrees. That turf will be nice and slick for these two teams. Just about ready to get underway. It'll be Etienne that'll get us started for Limeno. Limeno are in the yellow kits moving from right to left. Albion SC Atlanta, they are in the blue kits moving from left to right. Underway here at Meadowcreek Stadium. Final of the premier season. We've had a sensational season this year, as always. So much action happening here in this league. One of the most competitive UPSL Premier Division conferences. That ball being nicked out. It'll be a throw for Limeno, Georgia. Looking for somewhere to go. He goes to Etienne. And go back to the defense. Over here to the near side. Remember, here at Meadowcreek Stadium, the near corners on both sides are obscured by the shape of the stadium. Long ball over here to the near side. He finds a path down the line. Again, right there into that void. It's sliding across through the box. Still in possession of Limeno. Gets it to Etienne. Etienne, he's going to take a shot. And what a shot it was. Stanley Etienne on the board in the second minute. Limeno goes up 1-0. You see here on this replay, takes it and just slides it through there. Goal for Limeno, Georgia. Second minute. Now it'll be Albion having to work from behind here right off the bat. Did not have a whole lot of time to warm up as their players were coming in late. And the fact that we have to get this match in its entirety as early, as there are no lights here at Meadowcreek Stadium. They're currently under maintenance, being replaced. You should be able to see the new lighting systems around the pitch. It's one of the reasons why we did not get opening ceremonies. Went straight into the match. Going to be called for an elbow foul on number 3 of Albion SC Atlanta. Diop has it. He'll slow it down, lay it back, as he was being pressured by 2 Albion SC Atlanta men. One of them being number 7, Gary Daniel, former Seas United player. Diop chests it down, being held back by Daniel, but he wins it, moves it forward, trying to thread that to Edzonin, cut off by Albion. Over to the far side. Tried a little bit of a stick in there by the Limeno man, but didn't cut the pass off. That time, a deflection, and Limeno going to win it. This is the first season back in the Premier Division for Limeno, Georgia, after spending several seasons down in Division I. They were one of the inaugural teams that joined when the Premier Division was formed just about 4 years ago. This is a Limeno team that had to completely rebuild themselves. Gone are the likes of Gio Rios and others that have moved on to other opportunities. And that one's going to go out. It'll be a goal kick for Limeno, Georgia. So the playoffs will have good little stick there by the keeper. He's being pressured. He was able to get that first pass around. Diop's win that back. No foul called. Limeno, the playoffs will begin this weekend. There'll be 2 matches on Saturday, 2 matches on Sunday. As it stands right now. Those top 4 teams are locked into their home matches. Albion working it around the pitch. Currently central. Come over here just outside center circle. And over here to the near side. Daniel has it stripped away. Hold off the challenge, back to the keeper, and released over to the far side, headed back in play, but right to an Albion player. He'll take a shot right into the arms of the keeper, Limeno, Georgia. He'll quickly throw it out. Able to keep it in. Sliding challenge by Daniel. It'll go out. It'll be a throw. Keep an eye on the touchline on the near and far side. It is that black line down there. You should be able to see it on the cameras. Not that blue line. It'll be the black one. Just a little bit of a extracurricular bump there on the Limeno man. He gets the foul. Albion wins it in the midfield. Slided across, shot taken. Punched away by the Limeno keeper. It's going to roll out, and it's still in. Still in play. It bounced off of the, it went off of the corner flag and stayed in. Albion get this one. Diop challenging him. Good ball forward. Nobody there for Limeno, just ball watching. Here's an opportunity for Albion. Coming back, good, hard tackle. Winning the corner for Albion SC Atlanta. Limeno man had to go back there and complete a hard tackle because that right back over there for Limeno completely caught ball watching. This will be an in-swinger from Albion. Into the box, chests it away, back in play, out, hits the American football, and it'll be a goal kick. Limeno keeper will get us underway here in the 11th minute. It's Limeno, Georgia 1, Albion SC Atlanta 0. Goal coming in the 2nd minute from Etienne. And a beautiful strike it was from Stanley Etienne. Over here to the near side. A slow up play. Back to defense. All the way around the horn. Under pressure. Able to get the ball back is Albion SC. But that pass off the mark, out for a throw for Limeno, Georgia. That was really good attack from Albion. They were able to win the ball, but were not able to transition correctly. And then they commit the foul here. Back underway. Slows up, comes over to Diop. Diop will go forward. Good ball forward to Etienne. Etienne just a little too strong on that touch. Rolls out, be a goal kick. Out of the back, slowly, lose possession, shot, deflected. Goal kick. They're gonna say it was a corner. Corner for Limeno. Take quickly, short. Got it centrally, but lose possession to Albion. Now Albion looking to counter. That one deflected off of the Limeno man and out for a throw. Thrown right into possession to Limeno. Good 1-2 there. Trying to pass it to himself and run it down, but Albion able to help clear that away. Lose it again. Diouf now. Passes it across. Advantage was played for Limeno. Over here to the near side. Into the box. Good tackle from Gary Daniel. That ball will be knocked out. It'll be a goal kick. Really pretty tackle there from Gary Daniel. We start the 15th minute. Still 1-0. Both teams at full strength with players on the bench. Both teams have 4 players on the bench. Remember, here in the UPSL, you can have up to 7 substitutions per match. Those substitutions can be made at any time. They do not have to be in session to window times like you would see in professional soccer. Etanin with a touch, but he wasn't able to get that pass right. He makes a hard collision there with the Albion man. Here's a good ball, but it's going to roll right to the Albion keeper. He takes his time. He'll go ahead and set it down, and he'll send it long. Headed forward. Foul. Push in the back, and it will be an Albion ball just past halfway. So we're just about a third of the way done here in the first half of this match. Goal scored by Stanley Etanin in the second minute for Limeno. Albion looking to attack very aggressively. So far have not been able to put it all together, but they keep getting closer and closer. Long ball for Limeno, goes right to the keeper. He quickly gets it back out. That pass going to no one. Albion, I'm sure, is looking to equalize before we get to halftime. It's been a struggle for this Albion SC Atlanta team. They are 3-7-2. They've only scored 19 goals this season. Meanwhile, this Limeno team, 6-6-0. However, they've only scored 21 goals. As it stands right now, Limeno, Georgia would be going into the playoffs with a goal differential of 0. Currently, Albion SC Atlanta has a goal differential of -15. Not the number that you want to see as a head coach. They will have, it'll be good for them if they win this match and find themselves traveling to the Revolution on Saturday. That ball will be knocked out. It will be a goal kick, because if they go against the Revs do have a winning season of 8-3-2 and a goal differential of +24. If they would have been going up against Kalanji Pro Profile, they have a 10-2-1 record with a goal differential of +41. So that is significantly higher than everybody else in the group. Potros FC can say that they were able to allow the fewest amount of goals this season, just one fewer than Kalanji Pro Profile, but their goal differential was only +25. Here's an opportunity for Limeno to put another one on the board. Into the box they go, sliding across, good sliding challenge, and win of the ball for Albion, but they're not able to clear it completely. Shot taken. What a sensational goal for Limeno, Georgia, to put another one on the board. 2-0. This one has eyes for the goal. Nothing that the keeper could do for Albion SC Atlanta. Take another look at this. And just nothing that the keeper could do. And he just slammed that through. And it is 2-0. That shot was probably about 40 yards out. That goal coming in the 20th minute from number 36. We'll see that on the replay. I want to see exactly how far that out. That has reminiscence of Atlanta Elephants, with some of those strikes that those gentlemen could put on the board when they were a part of the conference. And that'll be a foul on Limeno. You've heard us talk about it several times in some of our broadcasts. That Atlanta Elephants team was just amazing when they played here in the Georgia Conference, because they could shoot the ball from 40 yards out and hit the back of the net like a laser beam. Diolf jumps out of that challenge, in through center circle, loses possession. A little bit of a hold back there. Etienne not able to hit the afterburners fast enough. Allows. Albion has it. They'll lift it forward. Good ball. Trying to get it to Gary. Just a little too far. Goes out. It'll be a throw. It's a good idea. Daniel just a couple steps behind it. Remember, with that rain that we had 2 hours before this match, this turf here at Meadowcreek is going to be fast. Ooh, nice little move there. Little step and go from the Albion man. They are going to give that a corner. Albion man steps up to take it again. Another in-swinger into the box. That one unable to get it on to a teammate who was leaping high over everybody else on the Limeno team. But it bounces through and it goes out for a goal kick. That's one thing that this Limeno team is lacking, and that's height. A lot of these players on this Limeno squad, not very tall, especially on the defense. Number 29, Diouf, is probably one of the tallest on this Limeno team. Really good midfielder for them. Etienne coming from that striker role back in the midfield. He puts it forward. Here's a great ball over here to the near side. He settles it, but he's offsides. Quickly taken is Albion. So if you're just watching, this is Limeno, Georgia taking on Albion SC Atlanta here in the UPSL Conference Premier Division in the Georgia Conference. If Albion draws or loses, they will be relegated to Division I next season. Limeno has made it to the playoffs already. This match will depend on where they will be seated. Looking to put another one on the board is Limeno. Surveys, slides it across to Diouf. Diouf tries to give himself a little bit of space to work. Goes out of the box. Goes across over to the far side. Is able to make that pass. Into the box again. Gets around the first man. That ball's out. It'd be a goal kick. If Limeno draws or loses, they will stay in 8th place. If they win, they will shoot all the way up to 6th. So it comes down to if they're going to travel to Medina, Georgia on Saturday, or if they're going to travel to Shiloh High School in Snellville on Sunday. And those that are probably watching on the broadcast with very intent eyes is going to be our friends down in Columbus, Georgia, Fountain City FC. A loss or a draw for Albion, and they stay up in the Premier Division one more season. A win for Albion will see them. And he gets around everybody. Can he slide it in the back of the net? Yes, he can. And that will be number 3. Albion will feel hard done because they thought that they earned a foul, and everybody stopped on the Albion team. And everybody down in Columbus, Georgia just jumped with excitement because he just stops and just finishes and puts it away. 3-0 now for Limeno. That one coming in the 27th minute. Limeno working through that challenge, able to lift that ball forward, but he's going to be offsides. No foul there on the Albion man. Albion starting to really want more fouls than actual hard work there. If you're relying on the referee, that's not a good sign. Keeper rolls it back out. And there is a foul. Long ball for Albion, gets past Daniel. offsides was going to be called anyways. Albion looking for an attack. Gets around the first man, trying to get around the second man. 2 men on him, trying to hold him off. The Limeno man doing just enough to clear that ball. Albion SC Atlanta team finding out how difficult it is at this level here in the UPSL Georgia Conference. It's one thing to earn the right to be up here in the Premier Division. It's another thing to stay up. That's why it's so impressive of Pachuca, Georgia, and for Limeno, Georgia. Their first seasons back in the Premier Division, the first time for Pachuca, Georgia, and they have been able to make it into the playoffs their first season in the Premier Division. Shot taken on goal, but that one's over the bar and out for a goal kick. Not a bad idea from the Albion man. Just a little too ambitious. 32 minutes we're going in, and it is Limeno, Georgia 3, Albion SC Atlanta 0 here at Meadowcreek High School, home of the Mustangs. Back underway. Good ball forward from Limeno. That ball is deflected off of the Albion man. It's going to be called, and a yellow card is going to be issued to number 12. Center official is going to hold it back. He wants that ball back to a stopping point. That is going to come in the 32nd minute for number 12. Back underway. Headed out by Albion. Win the ball and lose it right at the same pace that they had won it. Good work there by the keeper just to hold his ground. Let the Albion man go past. Again, this is the last match of the Georgia Conference Premier Division regular season. This weekend we go to the playoffs. Top 4 teams will have home field advantage. After this weekend, it will be high seeds that will have home field advantage all the way through to the finals. Winner of the playoffs moves on to the national tournament and the opportunity to win some of the $155,000 that will be on the line. Here's an opportunity. That was a beautiful ball into the box and not able to get a touch on it. If the Limeno man could have, that probably would have been 4. Can somebody from the Georgia Conference make it to the Final Four and win the national tournament like Soda City from Mid-Atlantic has done the last 2 seasons? First team to ever win back-to-back titles. Longy Pro Profile were able to get to the Final Four, ended third in the nation 3 years ago. We've not had a Georgia Conference team make it that far since. The only Georgia Conference team that has won a national title was Jenga Atlanta back in 2020, before this Premier Division was formed. Limeno not able to control that ball, was thinking about what he was going to do before he got a touch on it, and he just couldn't control it. Just about 10 minutes to go. We'll probably have a very short halftime, as they want to expedite the time to get it in before it gets too dark. As I said earlier, we do not have a lighting system here at Meadowcreek now, as it is currently under construction for a new system. We'll see how good that new system is compared to what we were here in the past. Albion able to control it. No foul called, and finally it was called. Number 12 of Albion was taken down by two Limeno players, and at first there was no foul called, but eventually there was a foul called. Easily cut off that pass. Back to the defense. He has some space to work. Comes here on the near line. That pass a little too far in front of his teammate. Out for a throw for Albion. Good control by the Albion man. Back to the keeper they go. Center back has some space to move forward. And elects to just go back to his keeper. Albion are going to need to have some sense of urgency in the second half if they want to have any opportunity to not be relegated. Foul going to be committed on Diouf. And is that going to be a second yellow card for number 12? No, I'm sorry, that wasn't number 12. That is a yellow card issued. That card coming in the 38th minute. Who is that received that in the 38th minute? Let's see. It's number 8 who received that yellow card. As you can tell by the broadcast, we did not receive rosters before kickoff. Hopefully we're able to obtain them at halftime. This ball about 25 yards out. Right about on level with that far post. Lifted just forward and just easily grabbed by the keeper. Got it past the wall, but no pace to it. Easily grabbed. Thrown out from the box. Sent forward with pace. Able to control it. Holds off the challenge. Gives it to Daniel. Gary Daniel gets into the box. He takes the shot, and it's wide. Back underway is Limeno. Get the pass up to Diouf. Diouf sends one forward, but that one just too far forward for his teammate to get to, and it rolls out. It'll be a throw. Albion with the throw in as we start the 41st minute. All the way back to the keeper. Good work there by Limeno, holding off the challenge. Over to the far side, chested down. Has space to work, threads the needle, but too far in front. Cleared away by the Albion keeper. Limeno win it back. Operating through center circle. Come here to the near side. Offsides. Another throw in for Albion. Trying to send something down that far side and just nobody there. Back underway. 3 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Could see probably as much as 2 minutes of stoppage time. Headed forward by Albion, but cut off by Diouf. He lays it off. Offsides again. Albion is doing a good job with the offside trap. Just not able to put a goal-scoring chance together so far in these first 43 minutes. Limeno keeper has not had a lot to do so far. That all can change very quickly. Here's a chance for Limeno. Lifts it across. He's able to control it. Gets around the keeper. There's 4. And that was a sensational ball forward, and you'll see it again on the replay. Because you watch right here, as you can see, that perfect ball here, and then this pass right here. Bounces off of the defender, gets around the keeper. Nothing that keeper could do. And it's a sensational finish. And it is now 4-0. And for Limeno, their last match was actually a match that was called off and abandoned against Georgia Revolution, and they were losing 4-0. And they allowed that game to stand since we have the playoffs this weekend, and there's really no way to make that up. And it doesn't really make a whole lot of difference in their positioning. Because they would end up going up. He spilled it, cleared. Because they knew if they win, They end up going to Rebs anyways. So they really didn't want to play the potential of 3 matches against the Rebs in 1 week. So good decision from the Limeno squad. Ball forward. Here's a chance. Albion man gets it, holds up, lays it off. That pass, not very good. But they get possession back. He'll take a shot. It's deflected. Easily grabbed by the keeper. We've gone through 45. 1 minute of stoppage time. Only 1 minute. Back to the defense. This Albion SC Atlanta team is going to have some inspiration on the sidelines at halftime, because otherwise they will be back in Division I next season. They have got a mountain to climb in the next 45. Center official is allowing him one more opportunity before he calls halftime. And he'll call it right there. We'll go into halftime with the score: Limeno, Georgia 4, Albion SC Atlanta 0. And just nothing that Albion SC Atlanta can do right now. We'll step away for a few minutes for halftime, allow you to get a beverage and a snack. We'll come back. We'll give you the second 45 at Meadowcreek Stadium. It's Limeno, Georgia 4, Albion FC 0. Welcome back here to Meadowcreek High School for this UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division action. It's Limeno, Georgia 4, Albion SC Atlanta 0. Larry, we are bringing you all the coverage here on ASMG TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like everything that we do, and you want to see more of this UPSL Georgia action. Take a look at what is going on around the league. This is week 16. This is the last match of the season. In the regular season, we'll move over to the playoffs here after today. And it will be the top 4 teams taking on the 5 through 8. As it stands right now, with this win, Limeno will go to McDonough, Georgia to take on the Georgia Revolution Saturday at 7. Dalton will take on UMA on Saturday at 7 as well. Sunday, Kalanji taking on Georgia Athletic, and Potros FC taking on Pachuca, Georgia. Substitution coming on for Limeno, Georgia. Geronimo Perez, goal scorer in the 20th minute, is off. And there is the kickoff of the second 45, and it is Albion that gets us underway in the second half. They're in the all blue kits. They are moving from right to left. Limeno is in the yellow and blue kits, and they are moving from left to right. It'll be a corner kick for Albion, and again, the way that this system is set up here at Meadowcreek Stadium, you can't see the corner flags on this near side on both ends, so we cannot see this kicked off, but here it comes all the way through, and it'll go out for a throw. Goals in the first half coming from the second minute from Etienne, number 22. In the 20th minute, number 36, Geronimo Perez. In the 27th minute, it was Antoine Perez, number 49. And in the 44th minute, number 66, Panagos. That is who we had all the goals with. And it's number 12, Marquez, who came on for Perez. Stanley and Etienne got there. He goes down. Is it a penalty? It is not. It'll be a goal kick. That is an interesting call. We'll watch the replay and see if we believe that as well from up here in the box. That looked like that was a potential penalty. It'll be a throw quickly taken by Limeno. Various able to get there. We were able to get rosters for both teams at halftime, so it'll be a little bit better on the call. Back to Farias. He will go long, trying to get it to Marquez. It'll bounce through off his head. It'll be a throw for Limeno. Back underway, Etienne. Good ball, Castrillon. That is a sensational pass up to Panagos. He's onside, lays it across. Good step by Israel to cut that off, because that would have been number 5. Over to the far side, Kasim Diarra. One-timed, cut off, goes back to Farias. Nice long ball out, straight up into the air by Kasim. Controlled. Marquez is muscled off the ball, goes all the way back to Andreas Tate. He will send it forward. Andreas really having to work hard back there in goal for this Albion SC Atlanta team. He has been left out on an island on a couple of those goals. Through center circle, Castrillon will get there. He'll go over to the far side. Diouf. Good ball to Panagos. Back underway. Cleared. Right to the keeper. Able to get there was Bannister, but he is double teamed by Limeno. Coming back to check on a player who is down. This will be a drop ball for Limeno. Back underway. Little flick forward there from the Albion man, not able to get it on frame. Prazeres, number 6, is who tried that opportunity. Farias cut off by Daniel. Diouf gets it though, and cleared by Limeno. Marquez trying to work it around Velez. Velez has it. Good pass forward. Nassim loses it. Herrera forward. He gets it to Marquez. Marquez to Etienne. Etienne into the box, trying to work around the man. Tried to thread that one. Not going to get there. Allows Albion to try another attack and just not able to do anything with it. Castrillon holding off 2 men. And he'll thread it past 2 defenders. Not going to be able to get complete control of that one. It's going to roll out. It'll be a throw. Back underway. Getting it forward to Bannister. Bannister, that'll be nicked off of Dominguez, and it'll be a corner. Headed through and out for a goal kick. Farias will have a goal kick here in the 54th minute. Back underway. Panagos trying to get it forward. Marquez holds off the Albion man. Back into the box, saved by Tate, and cleared. Castrillon with a good little shake and bake there. Castrillon again over to the far side, Garabay. Back to Castrillon. And a foul. Daniel called for the foul. Another foul right through center circle on Castrillon again. Over here to Herrera. Herrera trying to get it to Diolf. Almost made it back to Herrera. But Limeno have it back again. Marquez. He'll go back to Diolf. Diolf will go back to Dominguez and Farias. Castrillon controlling that middle of the park for Limeno. Perez gets it to Panagos. Etanin off the post, and Marquez puts number 5 away. Etanin trying to get a little fancy with his shot. Goes off of the post, and Marquez puts it away. Take a look at this one. You see here, beautiful ball forward for Panagos. Gives it to Etanin. He tries a little flick. It bounces off of the defender, and then Marquez finishes it up, and it becomes 5-0. We are all but done. Everybody down in Columbus, Georgia, I'm sure are enjoying a refreshing beverage as they know that they are safe in the Premier Division for one more season. Both of the Columbus, Georgia teams, FC Columbus Elite and Fountain City FC, surviving the Premier Division. And FC Columbus Elite had a tough season. They spent a large portion of the season at the bottom of the table and really had to fight their way out of relegation. They end the season in 11th place. They were able to defeat this Limeno, Georgia team 2-0 down there at Otis Spencer Stadium a few weeks back. And that was a huge result for them. They also defeated Georgia Athletic 2-0. Going to be 2 substitutions coming on for Limeno. We'll see who it is that'll be coming off for them. Already have Perez, Geronimo Perez leave. Let's see who it is that's going to be. It looks like it is going to be Dominguez who is coming off. I don't see who the second man is going to be. The keeper is coming off, so it'll be the end of the day for Farias, which is good for a young keeper to have some time playing right before the playoffs. And it's Castrillon who will be the 4th substitution. and a substitution for we had a substitution for Albion as well. Let's see. All back in order. It is the 60th minute. It is 5-0 Limeno, Georgia over Albion SC Atlanta. Number 1, Medina is who came on for Farias, the goalkeeper. Now, here's a chance for Limeno, and it's going to be a foul and a yellow card issued to, I believe that was Gary Daniel who received that one in the 60th minute. Osorio, number 17. Is one of the players that came on. So some of these younger players of Limeno, Georgia getting an opportunity to get some playing time. This Limeno, Georgia squad has a very, very large academy system, one of the best systems in the UPSL Georgia Conference. They had 3 teams down in Division 1. Still have an opportunity, Tate, and that would have been offsides anyways. They had 3 teams down in Division 1 this season. 3 total teams, 2 teams down in Division 1. They're looking to have some of that squad in the academy system once it starts up this fall. Good battle here with Bannister and the Limeno man, number 32. Oriana. Trying to get around the defense, able to not. It'll be nicked out and it will be a corner. Corner for Limeno. Albion man spending a little bit of extra time down on the pitch as he had to really outstretch to clear that ball. Israel, number 3. See, Israel still down. Trainer finally coming over to check on him. Wonder if he got a little bit of carpet burn on this turf. When you slide on this artificial turf, can leave a nasty rash. A little bit of that magic spray. The magic spray is an amazing substance. You can take rust off a bumper. Can make a muscle recover instantly. Can heal broken bones. Israel will have to go back to the center line if he wants to be able to come back into this match. It'll be an in-swinger for Limeno. They'll take it short. Trying to work it around was Etienne. He's not going to be able to do so. Womo doing good to stand up Etienne, but here's a chance. Good turn, still in possession. Not able to get it to Diouf. Cleared by Albion. Now they want to counterattack. They need to put a goal in the back of the net, and they need to do it quickly. They've only got 35 minutes to go. Excuse me, 25 minutes to go. And they have got a Mount Everest type hill to climb if they want to ever find themselves back in Premier Division. Here is a ball, good save by Andreas Tate. His defense let the Limeno man have a free run at him. Gary Daniel holds off the challenge through center circle, gets it to number 12, Kasim, lifted forward by Rosares, but you can see Israel still holding up. He looks like he's done. He immediately goes down again, holding that right hamstring area. Immediately, here comes a substitution for him. He tried to give it a go after getting treatment, but just too much, and it's going to be the end of the season for him in the 66th minute. Fourth official receives the substitution card, gets the board ready to go. It'll be Elaine, number 5, who's coming on. No foul. It'll be a throw for Albion. Controlled. Bannister. And that one's going to go out. Or excuse me, it'll be a foul by Bannister. '68th minute, we start. Limeno with a 5-0 lead. This will move Limeno from 8th spot to 6th spot for the playoffs. This will see Albion SC Atlanta relegated to Division 1. Lifted across, Marquez back in play, headed away by Albion. Panagos wins it back for Limeno. He gets around Prazeres, he lays it off. Shot, great save, it spilled. Marquez! And called. Tate almost spilled that right into the path of Marquez. this Limeno, Georgia team is going to only get 2 days of recovery as they will play. Here's a chance for Panagos. Lays it off to Marquez, and Marquez does not miss by much. They will get 2 days off as they will get prepared to compete in the playoffs in the first round against Georgia Revolution down at Warhawk Stadium in McDonough, Georgia, Saturday at 7 o'clock. Long ball. Nassim is able to get a touch on it, but loses it. Panagos wanted to run that down, but Tate was able to clear it. Number 2, Andreas's brother Diego. Lansky putting the pressure. Albion trying to put something together. That's a push in the back, and that is going to be a foul. Give an opportunity for Limeno. They'll just get underway quickly, come over here to the near side. Herrera forward. Marquez. Good job stacking him up from Albion. Velez, number 14. Have to locate another Voight ball. Voight, the official match ball sponsor of the UPSL. This will be a corner over in the void. Taken short, put into the box. What a header from Diouf to make it 6. That was sensational. The defense of Albion just completely asleep at the wheel. And that height of Diouf comes into play. Look at this one. Makes it 6. Taken shortly. And you see, lifted into the box. Everybody just away from that back post except for Diouf. And he just easily puts that one through for 6. More substitutions. This one coming for Albion. Bannister's day is done. Diouf will get that one in the 72nd minute. $18 minutes to go. And then it will be happy trails for Albion down to Division I. Unfortunately, it's not an easy feat. We talk about it time and time again. This Premier Division is so difficult to stay at the top. That's why it is so amazing to see teams like Dalton and Kalanji and Potros that time and time again you see them at the top of the table. Now you're seeing the likes of Georgia Revolution and other teams that are starting to find their way up the top, like Georgia Athletic and now Limeno in Pachuca, Georgia. UMA having a really good season. They only miss out on being a host to a match for the head-to-head competition between them and Dalton. I don't think that Dalton should sleep on UMA on a Saturday. They could find themselves knocked out of the playoffs real quick. A team that has a lot of hardware, has represented not only the UPSL Georgia Conference in the national tournament, but they've even represented the UPSL Georgia Conference in the U.S. Open Cup and have had success there in the qualifying stages. Had a couple rounds of play. You should see next season with the U.S. Open Cup more UPSL teams competing. We're hoping to see several of the UPSL Georgia Conference teams giving it a go in the qualifying stages. This Premier Division is going to get more competitive next season. And you see the likes of FC Chattanooga 2 coming in, Chattanooga FC 2 coming in to the Premier Division this fall. Some more high-profile teams have already made it known that they want to be in the Premier Division as well. You should probably be getting some news about that in the coming weeks. Marquez wins it for Limeno. Etienne not able to settle it enough to want to take a shot, and that one's cleared by Albion. Another ball is going to need to be located. 76th minute. 6-0. There is the second ball. Etienne, I believe that's Etienne that is getting a little bit of maintenance on the calf. That ball bounces through, but still in possession is Limeno. That will roll out for a goal kick. It'll be a corner. As we wind down this last match of the fall season, give us an opportunity to make sure that you know about the awards coming. Here comes an in-swinger. Headed Marquez, great save by Tate. ASMG always hands out trophies for players and staff. Here's a chance for Albion, saved! Good save by the backup keeper, Medina. ASMG has awards for the Golden Boot, the Golden Glove, Coach of the Season, and Manager of the Season. We like to give out just as a little bit of a acknowledgement of accomplishments by both staff and players here in the Georgia Conference that we are lucky enough to provide coverage of. Cut off by Limeno. That ball will be lifted out. One of the first awards that we will announce. Golden Boot is going to go to Potros FC's own Nazario Mbamio. Fantastic season here in the spring season. 15 goals on record for Nazario. Great accomplishment for the striker. He has really found a home at Potros after having opportunities at Atlanta Rovers and at Georgia Athletic. He has really got a spot at Potros and is really been quite effective in that striker role. Let's see if he can go up against his old team, Georgia Athletic, or no, he'll go up against Pachuca, Georgia, with this win for Limeno. They will go against Pachuca, Georgia on Sunday over at Marietta High School. Cleared out. It'll be a throw for Limeno. Second award that we will discuss is the Golden Glove, and that award is going to be given posthumously to David Magala of Kalanji Pro Profile. We lost David way too soon to a vehicle accident. We felt was the best to earn that. We can also announce that going forward, the Golden Glove Award here at ASMG will be in David's honor, so that he will always be with us here in the UPSL Georgia Conference. Long ball for Albion. They're trying to find some attack here late in this match. Holds off, will be a goal kick. Manager of the season, again, Potros FC's Christopher Yaronga, who sets the bar for clubs here in the UPSL Georgia Conference on how to run a club. He is one of the best managers that we've had here in the Georgia Conference, and could almost put on a clinic to show some of these younger clubs how to do it here in the Premier Division. Tate is out of his box. He's got to be careful. Plays it over to the far side. Cut off by Panagos. Tried to work around the man. Stacks him up. He'll go back. All the way back to the keeper, Medina. Apologies about that little technical difficulty. We had a gremlin jump into our system. We had to squish him. Panagos, save. Back of the net. Goal. I'll spit it out. Goal for Panagos. That makes it 7 here in the 82nd minute. Sorry there, Panagos. We'll say it right here. Panagos works around the defender, gives it to Panagos. Panagos just smokes it past Tate and makes it 7. Panagos, that will be his second of the day. The last award to announce Coach of the Season, and that will go to Georgia Revolution's own Alec Morrison. Coach Morrison has been one of the top coaches, and it was hard to choose who was going to be the coach of the season. one of the big decisions, we talked about the fall of North Georgia United. Coach K from North Georgia United told me on Sunday that when he can look back and see when his season went the wrong way for him, it was when they played Georgia Revolution and lost. That was the tipping point of their season. Coach Morrison, the only team to defeat Kalanji Pro Profile the last 2 seasons as well. He has been very, very successful here in the Georgia Conference. Congratulations to Coach Morrison. Awards will be handed out in the coming weeks. We'll also be doing the off-season player of the season award, and that is going to be handed out from the fans. We did that back last spring. Kalanji Pro Profiles, Kaylin Kalanji is who won that award last time. Marquez, that ball is knocked out by Velez. It'll be a goal kick as it's deflected off of Marquez. We're in the 86th minute. It is 7-0. There's been a couple opportunities in this second half for Albion, but they just haven't been able to get anything in the back of the net, and they will have to go down to Division I and fight their way back up through promotion to get back into this Premier Division. Another good ball forward, but that one a little too far. A little too much pace in there for Panagos to run it down. Back underway. Velez gives it to Prezeras. Over to Daniel. Daniel will go over to the far side. Now. Goes down, be a foul. Committed on the Limeno man. On Lee. Ball lifted forward. We do know that when we talk about these two teams that are being relegated, that means 2 teams are coming up. We already know one of those teams that is coming up, and that is Atlanta Fire. They were able to defeat Middle Georgia last weekend 2-1 and earn instant promotion to the Premier Division. Middle Georgia goes back into the playoff pool and will have to earn that second spot if they want to come up through the playoff system. One more team from Division I will earn a spot in Premier Division next season. Good ball forward. Gets past Tate. And this one put away. Make it 8 for Limeno, Georgia. Just did not time that correctly, did Andreas Tate. And from bad to worse, as you see, just right past him and put away. That goal coming from Oriana, number 32, in the 89th minute to make it 8. This Albion SC Atlanta team, they just want to see this game out. They will go back to the drawing board. We're in the 90th minute. I do not expect them to do any extra stoppage time, as the score being so lopsided. And that is going to do it exactly as expected. Calling it at the 90. We end this match. Limeno, Georgia 8. Albion SC Atlanta 0. Albion SC Atlanta will be relegated. Fountain City FC is saved for one more season. That will conclude the UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division regular season, spring 2025. We will start the playoffs this weekend. On Saturday, Georgia Revolution will be home to Limeno, Georgia at 7. Also at 7, number 4, Dalton United will be home to UMAFC, number 5 seed. On Sunday, number 2 seed, Potros FC will take on number 7 seed, Pachuca, Georgia, and number 1, Kalanji Pro Profile will be home to Georgia Athletic SC. That will get you all caught up for today's match. That's going to do it for us here at ASMG TV. Do not forget to like and subscribe so that you get all of our content, including podcast highlights, interviews, and so much more than this live action. So for Andre Bomar, I've been Larry Weaver. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time right here at ASMG TV.
This has been a presentation of the UPSL. Any use of this broadcast without the written consent of the Atlantic Soccer Media Group is prohibited.